everybody. Okay, so for today it's 16.4. We're going to analyze the stem and leaf plots, and then we're going to move on tomorrow to scatter plots. So let's get started. Number one. Well, first of all, the students made the stem and leaf plot to show daily low temperatures. So we did 1, 2, and 3 in class, so I'm going to quickly go through here. Anytime you need to pause it, just go ahead and do so. Number one, what is the range of temperatures? So remember that range means that we're going to take the largest, the greatest number, and subtract it from the lowest number. So I'm going to stem 5, circle 5, and my largest number, I'm going to leave 5, it's 55. And then I'm going to subtract that from, going to stem 2 for my lowest number, and circle 8 for my lowest leaf. So it is 28. So 55 minus 28 is then going to equal to 27. So the range temperature is going to be 27 degrees Fahrenheit. On how many days was the low temperature in the 20s or the 30s? So now I'm going to go to the 20s, and I can see that I'm going to stem 2. There's 2 numbers. And I'm going to go ahead and type that out because it's going to be a lot easier. So the 20s has 2 numbers, and then the 30s, and then I'm going to count that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, has 5 numbers or 5 leaves. And so I'm looking for the total amount, so I'm going to add this. So 2 plus 5 equals 7. The last part, let me go ahead. Okay, so what were the temperatures on the days when the low temperature was greater than 45? That key word, let me go ahead and highlight that one. I'm going to put it in a darker color. That greater than. That's so important. Guys, when you're on STAR, you need to make sure that, or anything that you're doing, it doesn't always have to be STAR, but any work that you're doing, see those keywords greater than, that's important. It's telling you a lot of information. So I'm going to go to STEM 4, and on STEM 4, so make sure that you look at that greater than. Okay, so I'm going to STEM 4, leaf 5, and then I have to list the temperatures that are greater than 45, the low temperatures that are greater than 45 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's going to be 46. And I'm on the computer, so I can't put the little degrees, but you can write yours down. I can't. So I'm just going to put 46 degrees. Then it's 46 again. There's going to be 346. Then it's 47, 49, and I'm going to stem 5, and I'm going to put in 51, 53, and 55. There you go. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I cannot put in that 55. That's right. Why? Because it said that, oh no, I can. That was another one. What were the temperatures on the days that are only greater than 45? So I was looking at the other one, the in-betweens. So then it is again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, let's move on to the next. Alexandra posted a video on the internet of her dog performing a trick. That's so sweet. How many of you seen those videos with the doggies performing their little tricks? Yeah. Then the owner posted it, and you're like, oh, so sweet. All right, so let's take a look. On number 4, the average number of views per minute for a video on a pet's owner website is 60. So the average is 60 views. So how many times was the number of views of Alexandra's videos less than the average? So I'm going to go to STEM 6 because the average is 60. So here I'm going to put this into parentheses and I'm going to write the numbers 60. And the keyword is less than, so it's going to be smaller than 60. Then I'm going to circle 60 here, and it's got to be less than. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the answer here is going to be 5. How many times was the number of views of Alexandra's video less than 60? So she had 5 views that were less than 60. This next one, it really can stump a lot of kids, and it's I can see why, because it's very wordy and we're not used to the language. And that's another thing with math. You've got to get used to that math language. Alexandra collects data for the next 5 minutes. So she was collecting data for the 20 minutes, and each one was a minute long, right? So the first minute there was 40 views, the second minute there was 42 views, the third minute 51, the fourth minute stayed at 51, the fifth minute went to 52. The sixth minute, it went to 60. The seventh minute, it stayed at 60. The eighth minute, seventh minute, it went to 68. Then we have, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here's 9. The ninth minute was 72. 10 was at 73. 11 had 74 views. 12 minutes had 74 views, so it stayed the same. The next minute was 75, and the next is 79. So far I have that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So that's 14 views right here so far. Then 15 views, there was 15 minutes went by, 82 views. 16 minutes went by, 82 views. So nobody saw it after, for another minute. Then 17 minutes went by and it was 83 views. 18 minutes went by and they had 84. 19 minutes went by and it was 84. And 20 minutes went by and they had 85 views. Okay. So now she decides, well, for the next 5 minutes, she's going to, and she wants to collect the next data. So I'm going to have 5 things. How many views was each minute? So the first minute, we would put this in order though. There was 86 views. The second minute was 87 views. The third minute was 88 views. The fourth minute was 95 views. And the fifth minute was 99 views. Okay, so now it's asking, explain how you can use the stem and leaf plot to make a reasonable prediction about the popularity of her video. Guys, I want you to think back before we even answer this. I want you to think back if you've seen a video that was posted, and those are usually like on YouTube, right? And when you first see it, you'll see the first 50 people have viewed it. And then maybe about a few minutes later, it's like, wow, that's gone up to 70 views, or and then another minute goes by, and before you know it, you're at 100, and then there's 1,000. And especially when they're really a well-known person that you're watching, so you'll see that number increase. So the longer that it's on YouTube, what happens to the number of views? Yeah, it gets so popular that it's increasing. Well, that's the same concept with Alexandra's little doggy doing all of the, that one little trick. So on this one right here, we can actually say when we're making a prediction that the number of views for the next 5 minutes is greater than the views in the first 20 minutes. Write that down. The number of views for the next 5 minutes is greater. I'm just put is greater than the number of views the first 20 minutes. Therefore, or so, comma, the popularity of the video is increasing. Or so the video, I'm going to just hit the return here. But therefore, I'm just going to put so, the video is getting more popular. Getting more popular. Okay, so as it stays longer in time, it is getting more popular as it by the minute. Okay, let's go to the next one. How many scores are greater than 20? This should be easy. What am I going to do? It's going to be greater than. You better circle that greater than, and better that underline that 20. That 20 greater than is so important. So I'm going to stem 2, and I'm looking here. My leaf is 22. So is that greater than 20? So if you get confused, just go ahead and put greater than 20. Is 22 greater than 20? There you go. So I'm going to have one number, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's going to be 5 numbers that are greater than 20. Does that make sense? Okie dokie, great. Okay, let's go to the next one. This is a multi-step problem. So half the number of guesses are less than what number? Okay, so this is guesses for number of marbles in a jar. You used to do this. I mean, like, think back when your teacher had pom-poms or marbles or jelly beans, then you had to guess how many were in there, and then you got to win it, or you're at a carnival and you had to do that, and then eventually they told who the winner was. Something like that. First, I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm going to stem 8, 13, 14, stem 9, 15, 16, 17, 18. So there were 18 guesses. It said half of 18. So 18 divided by 2 equals 9. So now I have to go to the 9th guess. And let me switch over here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's going to land on this one right here. So that's going to be stem 7, leaf 3. So it's going to be 73. So it says that it's going to be less than. I'm going to go ahead and draw out my less than symbol, and I'm going to write 73 is less than what? The 83, that does make it a true statement, but is that too big? Because I'm already on stem 8. Yeah, it's going to be way too big. 73, if I put 73 there, That's going to be that 73 is less than 73. That doesn't make any sense. The 74, even though it's not on here, it's between the numbers between 73 and 78. It's 74, 75, 76, 77. Excuse me, but 74 is going to be a more reasonable answer than 83 and 79. 79 makes it a true answer as well, but which one is closest? So the closest answer then would be 74. Okay, does that make sense? All righty, so let's go ahead and move over to this stem and leaf on carnival tickets sold per day is going to answer questions 8, 9, 10, and 11. Remember we talked about range, right? And we said that range is equal to the greatest number minus the least number. I'm going to stem 7, and I'm going to the very last number because that's my greatest number. So 73 minus, going to my stem 3, and I'm going to the first one because that's my smallest number. So this would be my range to find the answer, right? Now look at number 8. Ticket sales for the next 2 days are 55 tickets and 68 tickets. So I'm going to place those. I'm going to add another 55 here. And then on the going to stem 6, and I'm going to add an 8 here. Which statement about the data is true? So let's take a look. The range stays the same. Did we change the greatest number, and did we change the smallest number or the least number? No, they're the same. So does our range still stay the same? Sounds pretty true to me. Very good. But let's check out the rest. The range increases by 2. Did we change the greatest number, and did we change the lowest number? No, so that's not going to work out. So it didn't increase. Did it decrease? Nope, didn't do that either, because the range, the greatest number and the least number still stay the same. The range doubles? No, because the greatest number and the smallest number still stayed the same. We just added numbers in here. Does this affect the range? No, it does not. So we don't even have to worry about it. If it changed the bigger number or the smallest number, then it would change it, right? So we're good. All right, let's move over. So the answer here is going to be A. How many days were carnival tickets sold? All right, well, let's go ahead and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I'm going to erase that one because this is the one I just added in. And we're at 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So they sold tickets for 24 days. Kind of reminds me of Fiesta, right? When they sold carnival tickets, if you went to the carnival. Number 10, on any day that the number of tickets sold is greater than 70, twice that number of tickets is donated to a children's hospital. So how many tickets were donated to the hospital? So first of all, I'm going to, let me change the color. I'm going to stem 7, and leaf 0. So there's 70. Now, what are the numbers that are greater than 70? That's right, you have 71. Let me come over here. You have 72. You have 73. And you have another 73. So these were the tickets. Now I need to add up those tickets that were sold. So it's 3, 6, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4 sevens is 28. So in just this 4 days that are greater than 70, we sold 289 tickets. But is A the right answer? No, you're right, because what does it say? There's that word twice again. What does twice mean? You better write that down 2 times. So 289 times 2, or you can add it twice. 289 plus 289, and that's going to equal, so I'll write it out here, 289. So you can multiply that out, or you can do repeated addition. 9 plus 9 is 18. Regroup my 1. 8 plus 8 is 16, plus 1 is 17. 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. So the answer is D, 578. Now let's take a look at that last problem. How many days are the number of tickets sold greater than 40 but less than 55? So let's move up here. I'm going to change the color of my pen again. I'm looking at greater than 40. So I'm going to stem 4 and 40. And it has to be greater, so I'm going to have to start with 41. But it's going to be less than, and I'm going to switch my color. I'm going to stem 5 and 5. So the number I'll count would be 52. So how many would that be? So let's go ahead and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So how many days are the number of tickets sold that were greater than 40 but less than 55? There were 7 days. So the answer is B. That's it for tonight. Make sure that you show me all your work and turn it in, because I'm going to take a break for it. You guys have a great evening, and make sure that you're studying on your multiplication facts. That is huge priority. Practice on multiplication facts. Practice on your division. I'm going to be sending out. Also, while you're online right now, I'm going to go ahead and go to the Google Classroom for your parents, or for the parents that are learning. Let me go ahead and erase my face. Go to the math classroom. That's not a trip. Back to classes. Where did it go? Okay. Remember to go to the videos in the Math Google Classroom. For some reason, it's just disappeared. I don't know why. You come back over here and redo that. There I am again. Erase me. Come over here. Go to the Google Classroom. Maybe it's because I'm on. Not sure why. There's the math class. Yay. Maybe it was just tired. So I'm going to go to classwork. Go to the STAR activities. I'm going to be adding some more this evening. The STAR review materials. So mom and dad and uncle, grandma, grandpa, you can go to the interactive vocabulary. So words that they don't know, click on that and they can start studying for that. Struggling, pick a video. If they need to have more practice on multiplication, if you click on that, it's going to have a lot of different videos on what they can study. Place value, multiplication expressions. So you'll click on that video, click on the link. The video is going to pop up. And here's going to be on place value. So you'll be able to on expanded form and then watch that. So you can pick on any one that's going to be a great review. They're all listed. Chapter 2, divide whole numbers. Chapter 3, add and subtract decimals. Chapter 4, multiply decimals. Chapter 5, divide decimals. Chapter 6, add and subtract fractions with unlike denominators. You will need to know that for STAR, and we've been practicing on that in class. Multiply fractions, divide fractions, convert units of measure, geometry and volume. So there you go. Those are really important things for you to understand and to know. If you have any other questions, I will be handing out or posting videos on some of the sample questions from STAR. So if you're needing review, you won't have that as well. All right. Thanks so much. Have a great evening and always stay safe. And I'll see you tomorrow.